We're going to learn Perek Beis. This Perek has 9 Mishnahs, and we're going to start with Mishnah Aleph. This Mishnah will discuss whether a person is allowed to sleep under a bed that's 10 tfachim, 30 inches or taller, that's in their sukkah. So there are 2 opinions. The first opinion, the Tanna Kama says that you're not allowed to sleep under the bed. And if a person did that, then they have not fulfilled the mitzvah of sleeping in a sukkah. The reason is because the bed is considered to be a divider between the person and the sukkah. However, the second opinion, Rabbi Yehuda argues, and he says that if a person sleeps under the bed, they did fulfill the mitzvah of sleeping in a sukkah. The reason is because since the bed is only a oyel arai, a temporary tent and temporary structure, that does not take away from the fact that they are still underneath the sukkah, which is an oyel kavua, a permanent structure, and therefore being under the bed is still considered like they are sleeping under the sukkah. Now, how did Rabbi Yehuda know this? Because when he was a student, he used to go to sleep underneath such a bed, and the Zikanim, the other elder Chachamim that were in that sukkah, never told him not to sleep there. Meaning, they held that you do get the mitzvah by sleeping under the bed. Now, the Mishnah concludes with the opinion of Rabbi Shimon. He brings a story that proves that the halacha follows the opinion of the Tanna Kama. Now, as an introduction, a Eved Kenani, a non-Jewish servant that is purchased by a Yid, is required to keep many mitzvahs. However, just like a woman, they are exempt from keeping any mitzvah saseh shazman grama, any positive commandment that is time-bound, such as the mitzvah of eating, drinking, or sleeping in a sukkah. So the story is that Tavi, who was the servant of Rabbi Gamliel, he went to sleep underneath a bed that was 10 tfachim tall. And when Rabbi Gamliel noticed this, he told the other Zikanim, the other elder Chachamim that were in his sukkah, that look at what a great Talmud Chacham my servant is. He knows that since he is an Eved, he's a servant, that a servant is not required to sleep in a sukkah, which is why he did that, to make sure to leave room for everyone else to have proper space in the sukkah itself. So Rabbi Shimon says that when we overheard this remark of Rabbi Gamliel, we learned that only Tavi was able to sleep under the bed, but everyone else who has the mitzvah of sleeping in a sukkah is not allowed to sleep underneath the bed, teaching us that the halacha follows like the opinion of the Tanna Kama. We are now going to read the Mishnah inside. Hayashin, someone who sleeps tachas amita, under a bed that's 10 tfachim, 30 inches or taller, basukah, in a sukkah, says the first opinion, the Tanna Kama, that lo yatsa, he has not fulfilled yedei chayvasai, his obligation of sleeping in a sukkah. However, the second opinion, Rabbi Yehuda argues, Amar Rabbi Yehuda said that noyagin hayinu, we as students were accustomed, shehayinu yeshenim, that we would sleep, tachas hamita, under such a bed, bifnei hazkenim, in front of the elder chachamim that were there, v'loi amru lanu, and they did not say to us davar, anything, teaching us that we are allowed to sleep under the sukkah. Concludes the Mishnah that Amar Rabbi Shimon said, Maise, there was a story, Betavi, about Tavi, Avdei Shel Rabbi Gamliel, who was the servant of Rabbi Gamliel, Shehaya Yashen, who was sleeping tachas abita, under a bed that was 10 tfachim tall, and Va'amar lohem Rabbi Gamliel, and Rabbi Gamliel said, Lazkenim, to the elders that were in this sukkah, that Re'isem, did you see Tavi Avdi, Tavi, my servant, Shehu Talmud Chacham, who is a Talmud Chacham, and V'yodeya, and he knows Sha'avadim, that servants, Peturim in a sukkah, are exempt from sleeping in a sukkah, and Lefichach, therefore, Yashen hu, he sleeps tachas hamita, under a bed. Now, from this statement of Rabban Gamliel, Rabbi Shimon concludes that Lufi Dakenu, and along our way, Lamadnu, we learn from this story, from the remark of Rabban Gamliel, that only Tavi was allowed to sleep under the sukkah. But anyone else, Shahayashin Tachas Hamita, that one who sleeps under a bed, Lo Yatsa Yedei Chayvasai, did not fulfill his obligation of sleeping in a sukkah, like the opinion of the Tanei Kama.